गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजनराञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जब विष्णुपाद परम परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की समस्त गौर भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you very much for all of you for coming. Today is the last day, but not least day. We'll finish discussing of. In 15th chapter we have 6 slokas, 45 to 50, and we'll finish that by 11 o'clock. So from 11 to 12, 1 hour, we'll begin next chapter, and we'll try to reach at least 15 slokas. So then remaining in the afternoon session we can do. Okay, it will be safe journey only. So in yesterday's class, what is the main point we have to learn from yesterday's class? Yeah. So Lord's Kripa always flows or follows devotee's Kripa. And one more thing about Sanakadi Rishis, how they got experience of the Lord because of repentance. So towards the Jai Vijay, so because of that Anutapa, their offenses are removed and they got the experience of the Lord. That is the main point we discussed. So when they were experiencing the Lord, how they were, all their heart is agitated and their whole body is trembling, and also they are getting, their hair is getting on stand and on the body. And they were very much anxious to capture the sweetness of the Lord's beauty, which was there in the every limb. So that's why in the journey of capturing that, they were struggling. So like for a small boy, so if you give so many things in his little hands, how he will be? He will be struggling to hold those fruits. Maybe if you give some big 10 fruits, he will be struggling to hold and keep here, like that. Similarly, these small boys, because they have not so much devotion, so because of that, now they are getting suddenly this experience of the Lord, of His various limbs, which are very beautiful, and lot of sweetness is there. Because of that, they were struggling to hold everything in their hearts. So that's why they keep on watching beauty of the Lord's lotus feet and also Lord's face, beautiful face, and that's why they are doing again and again up and down. So this much we heard actually in yesterday's class. From here onwards we should continue our journey. So 45th sloka will begin today. Projector is needed? No. Pumsam gatim mrugyatamiha yoga margair dhyanaspadam bahumatam nayanabhiramam pausnam vapur darshayanamananya siddhair outpattikai samagrunan yutamasta bhogai. Translation: this is the form of the Lord which is meditated upon by the followers of the yoga process. And it is pleasing to the yogis in meditation. It is not imaginary but factual, as proved by great yogis. The Lord is full in 8 kinds of achievements. But for others, these achievements are not possible in full perfection. So in this sloka we are discussing, so the purpose of, what is the context of this sloka is said here. Who is saying this sloka? First of all, that is huh? Brahmaji. Brahmaji narrating everything. So whatever the things are happening, so Brahmaji is narrating to Devatas. So he is saying here, Pumsam gatim mrugyatamha. So Kintu mumukshunamapi suddha bhaktya bhavat tanmaduryam ajikshunamapi tadhyanam sloka. So it is said that even the mumuk desiring for the liberation, so they don't have any bhakti, and that's why they are not able to get the sweetness which is there in the Lord's beauty. Because only when there is a bhakti, then only. Otherwise, no one can relish the beauty of the Lord. The opulences, whatever the sweetness is there in His beauty. Only with devotion one can. So that's why when Lord appears on this earth, many might be seeing, many demons also might be seeing His form, but they are not relishing at all because they don't have any devotion. But here it is said that even the yogis who are desiring for the liberation, so of course they cannot relish the Lord's beauty and the sweetness which is in His beauty because they are lacking of Suddha Bhakti, but without meditating on that form they cannot get Mukti. So in the case of Ashtanga Yogis, what happens? It will come in the next 3rd canto 27th chapter. When Ashtanga Yogi is meditating on the Lord, so then on the Chaturbhuja form of the Lord, limb by limb, and they will be getting the lot of attraction towards that. What they do, at that time? These yogis, their heart is, yes, Prabhuji. So they will make their heart chitta badisham. They will make their heart as, that means when they so put their mind on the form of the Lord, so that means dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So dharana means dhyan, in the general way he is meditating, but dhyana means limb by limb. So focusing, he is able to focus on each and every limb. So such a steadiness he got. So because of constantly meditating on the Lord's form, what is happening in their heart? They started getting the attraction, taste. But they want to get Brahman realization. So that's why what they do? So they thought that why it is happening. And their heart started melting. Their mind, their heart is started melting and becoming soft because of this kind of, that means smarana rupi bhakti they are doing. So because of that started melting this and started getting attraction. That means melting means what you should take here? Getting attraction for the Lord's beauty. So, but they don't want this. Because they want ultimately destroy the linga deha. That means even the heart they want to destroy and enter into the Brahman realization. So that's why they will make their heart very hard. And they will make their heart not to react on this beauty of the Lord. So that's a chitta badisham. Like how, so the fisherman, to catch fishes, he will be using what? Badisham means, is a iron piece. So it's a very sharp iron piece. So that will be used, that hook is used to catch the fishes. Same way, his heart now, this devotee's heart became so like a iron hook, and that one he is meditating, that one he is putting on the Lord, and that will be giving pain to Lord. Because so such a poor guy he is. He is getting the attraction. Why the Lord is getting the pain here? By seeing the Lord's beauty, he is stopping himself. The natural attraction, whatever he is getting, he is stopping that, and he want to merge in Brahman. Then after that, he will stop meditating on the Lord's form. And then what will happen? Then the mind is also not having the object for the meditation. This Linga Deha is also burnt out. Then finally, like in the case of the lamp, so when you put a oil, so the lamp is glowing, is lightening, then slowly, then what will happen? The oil will be finished, the wig also will be finished. Similarly, then in this case of the yogis, so this heart is now, there is no point of object of meditation, then that will be finished, then finally, so he will enter into Brahman. That is a discussion. So these are very, very cruel actually. These yogis, very cruel people. They are not allowing the naturally reactions whatever coming in their heart, and they want to merge into the Brahman. So that's why they're doing the spiritual suicide. They are completely so going against the, so they are finishing their spiritual life. So here it is said, so they are not able to release these mumukshus, they are not able to release the beauty of the Lord, even if it is coming. Because of the bhakti, they are also doing the bhakti of the Smarana Rupa Bhakti. So they are not allowing that. Like that, they got the association, and that is a conception they built up. And they thought that this kind of attraction is not good. As per their goal is Brahman realization. ऐसा भी होता है, क्या करे? So, tad dhyanam vina na muktir. What is being said here? Ultimately, those yogis also, without meditating, even they cannot relish the beauty, but so without meditating on that Lord, so they cannot get the mukti. So, gatim muktim yoga margaihi anga yogaihi bahumatam dhyanamas padam iti. So, what is the main point here we have to grasp? Here, Lord beauty is outpattikaihi nityaihi ashtabhihi. Lord is endowed with the total how many? 8 kind of opulences. What are those? This is an important point we should grasp from this purport. Shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha krupa karma aishwarya bhogaihi. These are the 8 kind of the opulences Lord is always possessing. That means he is endowed with all these 8. So Shabda Sparsha, so sound. Next, touch, form, taste, smell, and mercy, and actions, and what is that finally? Aishwarya. Aishwarya, you write Aishwarya as Aishwarya. Good. Because it will be important. Aishwarya means, so where is there is a opulence, that is all references with that one can. So these 6, first 6 are relished by whom? These are relished by Madhurya Bhaktas. Not 6, I think 7. 7 Leelas also. Actions means Leelas. So these 7 are being relished by Madhurya Bhaktas. And Aishwarya is relished by Aishwarya Bhaktas and yoga, liberation. That means those who muktas. Only Madhurya Bhaktas can. So sound means what? Lord is having the beautiful voice, and whenever He speaks, our ears will be fully, that means, endowed with the lot of bliss actually. And His voice is not like our voice. Very hard our voice. And His touch, if you touch Lord, so soft. And His form is always attractive. And the taste, His Adaramrutam is unparalleled actually. And one cannot imagine also the taste. And the smell, whatever is coming from Lord's body, not like so-called saints we use. It's very horrible. So it's a so pleasing smell comes from Lord's body. And Lord's mercy is unlimited on His devotees. And actions are ananta, are also so variegated, and so it will create all the time amusement. That means so surprising. Create the lot of amusement, and it will make the so blissful. So these things of Lord can be experienced by only Madhurya Bhaktas. These cannot be experienced by the Aishwarya Bhaktas. No, they don't have. Like example, so someone is having for the only Aishwarya Bhava. So then this sound and this, only he is experiencing what? Aishwarya of the Lord. And someone can be the mix of this Madhurya and Aishwarya, like in the case of where? In Dwarika. In Dwaraka, so those will be having the little Aishwarya is mixed with Madhurya. And extremely Aishwarya is there in Vaikunta. And Muktas. So these people also, Salukya, Samipya, Sarishti and no, Sahajya gone. They got suicide actually. Sarishti. So Sarishti, they experience Aishwarya. So this is the point we have to hear. So here in the sloka it is said that Lord is endowed with these 8 kind of opulences. 7 are experienced by Madhurya Bhaktas using their what? Their senses. These senses are fully Vishuddha Sattvam. They are Vishuddha Sattvam. They are, and out of love, they are also experiencing the senses which are transformed into Vishuddha Sattvam out of love for Lord. So because of that kind of senses, one needs to experience all these features of Lord. Since these Aishwarya Bhaktas, they don't have this kind of so senses with love. Their senses, even if they have those with the what? Awe and reverence. So that's why they cannot relish. So one need to, that's why our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us this extreme thing. What is that? Pure love. Pure love, devotional service. This is being taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and our next successive acharyas. All there. They are not at all interested in little bit of Aishwarya. They don't allow actually. That's why there's a pure Madhurya is there in Golok Vrindavan. So that's why our all acharyas, if you see, they are only running behind Rajendra Nandan, Yashoda Nandan, not Devaki Nandan. Okay? Because Devaki Nandan is having the Aishwarya. Aishwarya is not liked by our acharyas. So Yashodanandan, that means mother Yashoda, how she loves, and also gopis. Not like the queens of Dwaraka. Queens of Dwaraka, no. Their love is not role model for us. If one doesn't stop doing the Aishwarya, that means if one doesn't stop in our, that means even after the stage of Asakti, if they don't turn into the Raganuga Bhakti and if they continue Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, then so they will develop in the conjugal love, then because of that conjugal love, they will go to Dwaraka. Because of Aishwarya Bhava is there. That means Vaidhi means Aishwarya Bhava is there. That means they will be worshipping the Lord with the rules and regulations. That means they have some kind of demarcation. That means they are not freely approach Lord because they are following the certain rules and regulations. Means there is Aishwarya is there in their devotion. Because of that, they are not qualified to go to Vrindavan. No. So that's why one has to turn from the stage of asakti at least to Raganu Bhakti and start practicing this. But how to know, Prabhuji? So everything, Yoga Kshemam Vahami, I will take care. Lord is saying, He will take care. Okay. No, you would know that. Next sloka.
It is that already Swarupa is there. So if somebody has back or something else,
Later I will explain. Swarupa is there means what it means. It will take another 20 minutes discussion. I'll tell Prabhu, definitely, after class. What it means of the having Swarupa already. Nothing is stereotyped. Everything is independently is happening. Yeah. Kumara Uchuhu. Then, so here onwards, how Kumaras are now expressing their experience actually, you see. Kumara Uchuhu ye antarhite hrudi gatopi duratmanam tvam sodyaiva no nayanamulam yaryeva karna vivarena juham gato naha Pitran varnitaraha bhavadudbhavena. Kumara said, our dear Lord, you are not manifested to rascals, even though you are seated within the heart of everyone. But as far as we are concerned, we see you face to face, although you are unlimited. The statements we have heard about you from our father Brahma through the years have now been actually realized by your kind appearance. So here Kumaras are saying they already heard this form from his father before, and now they are face to face, they are seeing, and not only seeing, they are experiencing. Face to face seeing can be done by many, but they are experiencing also. So that's why in this sloka what we have to see, Aho Mahat Kripa, Apara Mahima, Kumaras are expressing now. So Chatush Kumaras, they are saying, what a greatness of the Kripa, Mahat Kripa, that means devotee's mercy. Aparo Mahima Yatah Bhagavata Idrisha Sakshatkara Anandam Anubhavita Hasma. With what kind of feeling they are speaking this sloka? So Chatush Kumaras are saying that what a great effect of the mercy of a devotee. My father's mercy, because of his blessings. So now we got this kind of idrisha sakshatkara, this kind of experience of the Lord. And so that means aho bhagyam asmakam. This is really great. We are very great, fortunate people. Like that they are feeling that and they are expressing this sloka. So that's why they are saying, my father. So Bhagavan, our father already gave mercy. That's why we are able to get this. That means your mercy follows devotee's mercy. So here, He Ananta, Apara Madhurya Aishwarya Sindho, Yastvam Hrudgatopi, Duratmanam Antarhita eva Satvam, Na Kevala Madhyeva, Na Asmakam Nayanamulam Raddaha Praptosi Apitu Purumapi. They are saying, who Ananta, these Kumaras are saying, Apara Madhurya Aishwarya Sindho. Lord is having how much sweetness he is having in his form? Unlimited. Apara means there is no para. That means there is no ending. You cannot find, if you keep on measuring and measuring how many, even millions and millions, Ananta Kala, even if you measure, so his Madhurya cannot be finished by measuring that. And also he is having the Apara, Aishwarya also. That's why Apara Aishwarya Sindho. But even you are there in everyone's heart. Yah tvam hrudgatopi. Even he is in everyone's heart. Duratmanam antarhite eva sa tvam na kevala madhyaiva. But these bad people, they cannot experience him because they don't have love for him. There is no love. So that's why eva saha tvam na kevala madhyaiva. And they are saying, oh my dear Lord, we experienced you not only now, but we already got you. That means not experienced, but we got you. Aparoksha anubhava they got. Now they got Kumaras. Sorry, Paroksha anubhava they got previously. Now they got Aparoksha anubhava. That means direct experience. But Aparoksha anubhava now they got, and Paroksha anubhava when they got? When Radhaha praptosi. That means from our father. So we heard. So nanu kada ahameva drishtaha asam. So लॉर्ड पूछ सकते कब आप लोग ये हमको अपरोक्ष अनुभव माने परोक्ष अनुभव किए हैं, उसके लिए बोल रहे हैं. पित्रा ब्रह्मणा अनुवर्णितम रहो यस्य सहत्वम. My father, our father already explained about you at that time. So we experienced you in indirectly. Paroksha. That means in our intelligence you appeared actually by the descriptions whatever we heard. So that's why whenever we hear, we are getting the paroksha anubhava of the Lord. But actually we should do sadhana. So when we will get the aparoksha anubhava, direct experience, by the mercy of the Lord only. But when it will come, when one do sadhana. So sadhana will bring the mercy. But experience of the Lord is fully in the hands of the Lord only. It's not like karma. If you do this much, then definitely result should come. But in the case of bhakti, it is not like that. In the case of bhakti, even if you do sadhana, but whenever he likes to give mercy, then only you are able to experience. So that's why this also depends upon this sadhana. So that means this giving experience by the Lord will depends upon two ways. One is by seeing sadhana, another is by the mercy of his devotees. Already some devotees may give mercy and this jiva's bhagya is arisen, then maybe Lord can give directly without doing sadhana also. He can give mercy and he can make them to experience. Then these are known as Kripa Siddhas. And when they do the sadhana, so either Vaidhi sadhana bhakti or Raganu sadhana bhakti. So, and because of that sadhana bhakti he is pleased, then he will give experience. For Vaidhi sadhakas, he will give the Aishwarya Yukta Madhurya. And for the Raganu sadhakas, he will give pure Madhurya experience. So, Brahma Shastra. So, Asmakam Karanamargena Guham Buddhim Gataha. When we heard about your descriptions about you from our father, at that time only you entered into our heart. But he is what? He is in the, so, Paroksha. Bhava, in the form of bhava he entered, not that bhava after the asakti. Bhavana you can say, bhavana. So Krishna bhavana amrita we say. So like that. So whenever Lord, that means Shrunvatam Sakatam Krishna Punyashravana Kirtana Hrudyantasto Hyabhadrani Vidinoti Sursatam we say. So whenever we hear the Lord's pastimes, Lord is entering into our heart through ears and is cleaning. Hrudyantasto Abhadrani. That means whatever Abhadras are there in the heart, he is cleaning. Na? So what that means which Krishna is cleaning? Direct Krishna is going and cleaning? No, not Paramatma. No, Paramatma doesn't have this business. He will not do this kind of activities. He is doing only business of witnessing and sanctioning according to karma, whatever is there. वो हमारा काम नहीं है. वो परमात्मा पुरुष अवतारा. Purusha his duty is only controlling so material energy and Maya Shakti. That is not duty of Purusha. Purusha avatara, that's why Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu is Purusha avatara. He is a controller and he cannot do this kind of charity work. We hear this philosophically in the second canto, I think chapter number 6 or somewhere, Vishwanath writes. So it's not Paramatma is doing, the Lord. The names, whatever you hear, that Lord If you hear the name of Narsinga, then Narsinga will clean. If you hear the names of Vamana, then Krishna. So they will enter in the form of Bhavana actually, not Pratyaksha. That means not directly they are going. Because still there is a contamination is there. The direct Lord will appear there. Tada rajastamo bhavaha kama lobhadayascha cheta yetairana viddam stitam sattve prasidati. When all the rajo, that means bhavas related to the rajo guna, when they are all finished, then he will appear. That means what is that? Vidyate hridaya grindhi chijjante sarvasam. Then before that sloka actually. He appears before. He appear directly. Not before that. Huh? Drishtayava. No, before that. Okay. So here the point is Krishna. He's saying Ami. Tadami means I give. Krishna is speaking, no? I give. Who is speaking that sloka? So here, Bho Brahmanubhavino Mattanaya. So what kind of blessing his father give? Brahmanubhavis. O enjoyers of Brahman. Brahma Sakshatkaraadapi Bhagavad Sakshatkaraha Koti Gunitanandaha. Sopi Bhavatam Astu. Astu means आशीर्वाद. कौन दिए ऐसा? ब्रह्मा जी दिए. अरे क्या आनंद ले रहा है अभी तक, बेकार, कौन सा है? तो ये नहीं, असली आनंद और है. तो इसीलिए ऐसा आशीर्वाद देते हुए ये भगवान की कथा बोली है, विष्णु भगवान के वर्णन किए भक्ति का. तब उनका हृदय में जाके उस भगवान की अनुभव हुआ, तो परोक्ष रूप से. It entered, yeah, everything they are imagining. That's through mind, through their mind. The buddhing gataha is said, na? Buddhi means mind or intelligence, whatever. Buddhing gataha praptosi. That means he entered in the form of bhavana. We also, when we hear, so we are getting the feel of the Lord. That is also experience actually. There also taste is there. That's not direct. Vaikunte astu Bhagavan Leelot Phaladala Shamalaha Pinayata Chaturbahu. Okay. So like that his father gave, we have to see other slokas also. No time is. Tam tvam vidam bhagavan paramatma tattvam satvena sampratiratim rachayantamesham yettenu tapaviditair drudabhakti yogair udgranthayo hrudi vidurmunayo viraga. We know that you are the supreme absolute truth, the personality of God, who manifest his transcendental form in the uncontaminated mode of pure goodness. This transcendental eternal form of your personality can be understood only by your mercy, through unflinching devotional service, by great by great sages whose hearts have been purified in the devotional way. What is this sloka then? I think I didn't copy this. One second, Prabhu. Kincha etavantam kalam vayam jnaninah eva asma sampratitu bhaktah abhuma. What Kumaras are saying now, my dear Lord, till now we were actually jnanis only. Now because of your mercy, we became devotees. But this mercy came because of our father's blessings. Bhakta abhuma. By your mercy now we became devotees. So, tam pitranuvarnita rahasam tvam samprati satvena sadhutvena tatkrupa udbhutena. They are saying that because of our father's mercy, now we got your mercy. And that's why now we became Vaishnavas. So, Vaishnavatvena vidhama and sakshad anubhavama and also anubhavamaha. We are also experiencing you directly now. Paramam yad atmatattvam iti. Atmatattvam asmakam purva anubhuta asideva adunatu brahmano hi pratishtaham ityadi tad bhaktehe utkrushtatatmatattvam api ityardha. Previously we know you are Brahman, but now we know Brahmano hi pratishtaham. This also I understood, we understood now. Previously they know Brahman, but now they came to know Brahmano hi pratishtaham. That means Lord is the source of this Brahman. And he is beyond this Brahman pleasure. So that everything now, even if they might be no, but they experience it now actually. They directly experienced this. Yesham Vaikuntavasinam Ratim Prema Rachayantam. So Nanubho Gnanino Bhakti Yogena Vina Mamedam Sakshatkar Sarupana Abhuyata iti Tatra Ahu. So, but you are all saying, Lord can ask them. You are all saying that you experienced me, but actually without Rati, nobody can experience how it happened in your case. So Lord can ask this question. Then these Kumaras are saying, just it's make to understand actually, the sloka. So then they are saying that, Yad utkrushta atmatattvam te tava drudabhakti yogair eva munayoh asmal lakshana sanakada vidu jananti. So yes, by Drudha Bhakti only one can experience the Lord. So kena lakshanena bhaktiyoh gnatavya tatrahu. So then anutapena. So but in your case, how we know that you have devotion and you are experiencing me? Like that Lord can ask not. So then they are saying that anutapena tad bhaktabhyam shapad anantara jatena paschatapenaiva viditaihi gnataihi nahi vetaraga nirvikara munayo bhaktim vina anutapayanti iti. They are saying that, so my dear Lord, when we cursed your servants, tad bhaktabhyams, then after that, so they were falling on our feet and then we realized our mistake and then we got the repentance in our heart. Because of that, you can know that we are devotees. Because without devotion, these jnanis, they cannot get repentance. So we felt repentance and you should understand. And we got. So by the blessings. That means because from that you can understand we are the devotees. And that's why we are able to experience. So now by your mercy. Even if they have repentance, but mercy of that means experiencing the Lord is exclusively by the Lord's mercy only. That is also is given to them. That's why they are able to experience. Okay. Next. 10 minutes and we have to. Natyantikam vignayantyapite prasadam kintvanyadharpita bhayam bhruva unnayaiste yongatvadangri sharana bhagavat kataya kirtyanti tirthayashasa kushala rasagna. Persons who are very expert and most intelligent in understanding things as they are engaged in hearing narrations of the auspicious activities and pastimes of the Lord, which are worth chanting, worth hearing. Such persons don't care even for the highest material benediction, namely liberation. To stay, to say nothing of other less important benedictions like the material happiness of the heavenly kingdom. तो कुमारस देर saying, तो जो रसज्ञ भक्त हैं, तो for him, other things, even the liberation also is nothing, and what to speak of other things like pleasure in, so in Swarga and so on. So that's the point he said. It's very direct. So they are saying here, what to speak of, my dear Lord? Direct experience is okay. Definitely that is a supreme pleasure. And what about, even, what about, this is anyway great. It's a high pleasure, highest pleasure. But not only this, even parokshopi, that means experiencing you in paroksha way. That is also is so much pleasure giving thing. So paroksha means when you hear Lord's pastimes, or Lord's, when you do the chanting and hearing of the Lord's names, form, qualities and leelas, these are all what? Paroksha experience actually. Even that is also very far greater than Brahmananda. That means presently whatever we are experiencing, but because how the amount of experience will changes. It is directly proportional to what? The amount of, when we hear the Lord's names and the amount of experience we get, that means indirect experience only, paroksha, but that is directly proportional to anarthas. That means mercy of the Bhakti Maharani. Mercy of the Bhakti Maharani is directly proportional to, is indirectly proportional to number of anarthas. If you have someone have more anarthas, then she give the less mercy, and because of less mercy you'll get less, not understanding, experience. Understanding is different, yeah, definitely. Experiencing is, taste is different. Tasting. That is. So that's why only the thing is, if one doesn't have any, so aparadhas, immediately sadyo hrudyavrudyate krutibhi shushrushubhi tat kshanat. Immediately. One name, finish everything. Ecstasy. So only in the devotional life, only the main problem is offenses. Other than nothing actually. We have to understand very scrutinizingly bhakti science to not to commit offenses. And we should understand glories of the devotion and the devotees to not to commit offenses. That is the only, so that if we are careful about this, our path is very simple. Result is waiting for us. Is immediately waiting next to our door. Open it and take it. Only thing is stop. But what about the account, previous account, that you have to pay it by chanting only regularly. Payment should be done. Without payment, no. Hello, nahi karenge. Katarasagnaha eva kushilah anye akushilah. So who is the really rasika? The one who is experiencing the taste in the Lord's so pastimes. When he hear and chant, if he is tasting, then he is rasika. If he is not, then he is not rasika, he is akushala. So that means he is not really expert. Kushala means expert, he is not expert. बाकी सब तो बात का बात है, बस ये बना सकते, वो बना सकते, कूद सकते, नहीं तो जंप कर सकते, वो सभी कोई काम का नहीं, उसमें एक्सपर्टी. रसिक जो आनंद लेंगे भगवान की कथा का, वही एक्सपर्ट है. मुहरहो रसिका अभिभाव का, तो रसिक होना चाहिए, वही एक्सपर्ट है. नेक्स्ट. Another 5 minutes are there. Kamam bhava स्ववृजिनैर्निरयेषु न स्यात् चेतोलिवद्यादिनते नुते पदयोरमेता वाचश्च नस्तुलसी विद्यादितेङ्ग्रि शोभा पूर्येत ते गुणगणैर्यदि कर्णरन्ध्रः. O Lord, we pray that you let us be born in any hellish condition of life, just as long as our hearts and minds are always engaged in the service of your lotus feet. Our words are made beautiful by speaking of your activities, just as tulsi leaves are beautified when offered unto your lotus feet. And as long as our ears are always filled with the chanting of your transcendental qualities. See how Saunakrishi was speaking in second canto, third chapter. He was saying negatively. Those eyes which are not seeing the beauty of the Lord, they are just the eyes of peacock. Yeah. So like that. So these devotees see, always they want to dwell in the pastimes of the Lord. This is the success of life. एक्सट्रीमिटी कहीं भी भेज दो. अभी तो हम अपराधी मानेंगे, तो हम लोग यदि अपराधी मान के यदि हम लोगों को अभी नरक भी भेज दीजिए, लेकिन एक काम तो कर दीजिए, हमारा माइंड कभी भी आपकी लीला और रूप गुणों से दूर ना हो जाए. अब जितना भी दंड दे दो कोई बात नहीं. ये ननु मद्भक्ताः सत्यम ईदृशाः एवं मोक्षम न गणन्त्येव स्वेषां संप्रति कानिष्ठा. भगवान बोल रहे हैं, ये श्लोक की पहले का भूमिका हम लोग देख रहे हैं अभी. जस्ट इन द प्रीवियस श्लोक व्हाट हैपेंड, व्हाट दे सेड, योर डिवोटीज विल नॉट केयर फॉर लिबरेशन. यस, दैट ओनली वी सा ना. सो they don't care for the liberation also, they are always wants to hear actually. So this we heard. Now Lord is saying, yes, that's true. My devotees will never care for this liberation. They don't count it as something is tangible. What about you all? Swesham pratikanishta. Now you all have in nishta of what? In Brahman realization or in relishing my pastimes? What? Tell me. So swesham samprati kanishta vah suddha bhakto mukta va tam spashtam bhuta. So you tell me clearly where you have nishta. Then they are saying this sloka. They are saying, even you can send to us in hell, but we are ready to go for that. But we don't want to lose our mind to meditate on your pastimes and qualities and form and so on. So this is their reply. So that is their heart of the Kumaras now. Asmakam bhava. That means bhava means bhavaroga. Bhava means what? Samsara. You may give bhava to us, no problem. That means we don't care for the, but people who are desiring for the moksha, can they expect bhava? No. But now they are saying, even you may give bhava, but you should do only one thing. Let us make our mind always dwell in your form and qualities and pastimes. That means that is the extremity. That's why moksha kami is also kami only. He is not desireless person. The someone who is desiring moksha is also not pure in the heart, because he is looking for the liberation. But Lord is so kind enough, even he has desire, but he is delivering him from this bhava and keeping in the place where he will not get bhava. That means samsara. But who is completely pure-hearted? The one who is desiring to serve Lord. He is in the purity in the heart. That's why akamas sarva kamova Moksha kama udaradihi. There purposefully Sukadeva Goswami is saying moksha kami. He is also kami. He is not pure in the heart. Akamaha is only devotee. He is bringing the difference. So these are all desiring liberation. They are all kamis. They are not good. Because they want to have the spiritual suicide. And that's why they are not good at all. And now, previously, just a few moments before, Kumaras were full of in Brahman realization and everything. What they were giving the teaching? Nirveda Jnana. No, hey, what you are doing this, Jaya Vijaya? Why you are seeing the difference? Everything is, and also they are not getting so much attraction for the six gates also. They are so beautiful, but still they don't have no appreciation for that because everything is one. And now what they are saying? Two things happened here because of Anutapa, repentance, and second thing is Lord's mercy. But before this, Brahmaji's mercy. This is a funda. This is the main philosophy actually. This much if you grasp, then Leela is successful. Yes. Discussing how this Leela is successful. So they are saying maybe you can send us to hell. But we don't want to leave that three things. What is said in the previous sloka? You have seen. What is that? Shravanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam. This. We have seen actually. Tvat Katha Kirtananandaha. That means, yeah. These are the, and also one more philosophy we have seen here. So direct experience of the Lord's pastimes, form and so is highest. Even so, indirect experience, paroksha experience of Lord's pastimes and hearing and chanting of the pastimes and qualities is also superior to Brahmananda. This also we should note it actually. In our axioms box, keep that. And also we learn one more thing. So Premi Bhaktas are experiencing 7 things by using 6 senses. All senses are out of Vishuddha Sattva due to love. Love should be there. Senses filled with the love. Otherwise that senses cannot capture. That's why in the case of Arjuna also, he was seeing beautiful form of the Lord, but when there is a time came to see the Karnanusaya Vishnu, that's a Virat, his eyes are not fit to watch that. Because his eyes are fully filled with love. And now they cannot see that. That's why he is saying that I will be giving Divya Chakshu. Means he is degrading. He is downsizing the lens for some time actually. This is important actually. This is also philosophical point. Remember, it will be useful. So those are very, very important. Like you see, he is giving an example. Like honey bee, it will be even going in the bushes where there are a lot of thorns will be there. But still it is taking the risk and going in that. Because of what? Because of the honey which is available in that flowers. Like you can see there are the rose flowers, they have a lot of thorns also. And also there are different flower plants which have thorns. But still this honey bee is always moving around that. Because of the honey, the same way devotees, they are ready to go to even Naraka, hell also. Because they want honey. If the provided is what? If there is remembering or the relishing of the past tense is there, and they don't care for that. That's why Prahlad Maharaj is also so happy in the down lokas. He is not worried. They are beyond this. Everyone is in the trance, I think, slowly. I'm speaking little, that means with less energy, because I have to speak 1 more hour. So, but that is, teacher speaks very less, then what will happen? Automatically, less energy if we transfer to the students, then they'll feel sleep actually. We should put. And also you didn't take prasadam also, maybe, I think, feeling weak.
After prasadam, we feel
More
more sleepy.
sleepy actually. To digest that, all the blood will be going there, and in brain no blood, and everything will be off. Shutter down. So, अयंतु गूढ़ अभिप्रायः कर्णरंध्रस्य आकाशात् गुणानां च अमूर्तत्वात् न कदापि पूर्णम् अतः नित्यमेव श्रवणं फलिष्यति इत्येवं श्रवणकीर्तन स्मरण नित्यानंदत्रयं मुक्तो नास्त्येव. So here ears are is what is made up of what? Space, akasha, and that is also amurta. So gudha karnarandrah asya akashatvat gunanam cha amurtatvat. Amurta means the one which is not having the form. Okay, form will begins from where? Akasha is having any form? No. Vayu, no form. Agni, yes, Agni is having form. Then remaining three are having the form. So amurta padarthas, which are Akasha and the air. So here in the case of the ears are made up of it what? Akasha. So that's why it is also amurta. And also the shabda. Shabda is also, what is the guna of the Akasha? Quality of the Akasha is sound, na? Sound is also amurta. So amurta keeping in amurta. Can it be filled anytime? No. So that's why our devotees' ears, our ears are ready to accept the unlimited sound actually. Which sound? The Lord's pastimes, this. But what about the belly? Eating prasadam. It is limited. You cannot eat 24 hours, keep on. That kind of service you cannot do. It's not possible. Nobody can do that. Because that is a murta. What? Belly. That means having the shape and it's having the some physical. And also the prasadam is physical. That means they having the shape. And that's why if you put something limited shape object and some shapes, then it will be filled. But what about the ears? Amurta, and also the sound is also amurta. That's why unlimited one can hear this. That's why devotees are always hearing. Still they are not feeling satisfied. But in the prasadam it's over. After just if you eat this much, gone. You cannot do that service again.
This is the reason for even though one leaves the body, we say that ears are working.
Yeah, that's a little connected, but not much. That is the inner thing. Why that senses? Why it is more sensitive to the sound? That we'll see. So that's why devotees, they are always trying to fill their ears with the unlimited katha of the Lord. But still they are not, because that is giving the pleasure, so they are not at all satisfied with this. This is the quality of hearing. Thank you very much. Next. और भी बहुत कुछ है अभी हम क्लास के 10 मिनट चले गए ऑलरेडी. प्रादुश्च कर्दयदिदं पुरुहूतरूपं तेनेश निर्वृतिमवापुरलं दृशो नः तस्मायिदं भगवते नम ईद्वेम यो नात्मनां दुरुदयो भगवान् प्रतीतः. O Lord, we therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto your eternal form as the personality of Godhead, which has so kindly manifested before us. Your supreme external form cannot be seen by unfortunate, less intelligent persons, but who are so much satisfied in our mind and vision to see it. Finally, they are saying this. एवं त्वदीय श्रवणाद्यानंद त्रिकलोभेन तत्परोक्षमयो भवोपि प्रार्थ्यते. Finally, in the 49, what they said, even if we get the material samsara, no problem, but we want three things: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So, and unlimitedly this can be done anyway. So we want this. If it is there, then no problem. You can send. Now, Tvayatu Swasaksh, even that experience may not be, you may not give the direct experience also. But when we stage, someone reached the prema stage, so Lord is giving the experience directly when they hear. And also it's not necessary, sometimes he will disappear also. So you will not give the direct experience. Then at that time, that premi bhakta will be becoming mad. Where he went, like that. He will be searching here and there. Where is that experience? But he get the experience paroksha. But aparoksha, sometimes it will be missing. And sometimes he will be going to extreme and he will be feeling samadhi and falling down. That also can happen. Prema also have these several stages. And laya and so on, so many are there. So, Lord will play with his devotees, premi bhaktas, all the time. But here, Kumaras are saying, even you don't, now you gave the direct experience, that may not be there, that provision may not be there, but only opportunity we want of chanting and hearing and chanting and remembering. This much is there, you can send. Even we get the paroksha experience, from this we get paroksha experience, that is enough. Because that is more than Brahmananda. So, Tvayatu Swasakshatkara Amrutamapi Vayam Tvad Bhakta Aparadinopi Paitaha Sma Ityaho Te Ksamayaha Etavati Sima Karunyantu Aparam Ityahu. They are saying, my dear Lord, even we are offenders of your devotee, but you are so merciful. You made us to drink your direct experience of your features. So, this is showing how much you are merciful. Te kshamaya etavati. That means your forgiveness is unlimited. Your forgiveness is unlimited. And you are so. Sima, karunya sima tu aparam. Sima means boundary. Boundary of the Lord's mercy is, where is the boundary? There is no boundary. But it is not that without repenting, if they come, they could have come, did he do this? That will not do actually. वो तो है, वो रूल ही है. इसको असीम कृपा है भगवान का. ऐसा अर्थ ये नहीं है कि वो रूल्स को, जो अपना स्वभाव को क्रॉस नहीं करते हैं. क्या है उनकी स्वभाव? जब कोई भी उनका भक्त को अफेंड करेंगे तो उस भक्त से माफी मांगना है. ये उनका स्वभाव है भगवान के. वो स्वभाव को नहीं छोड़ेंगे. वो कृपा तो है अपार, लेकिन स्वभाव तो नहीं छोड़ेंगे. पुरु यथा स्यात् पुरुबिर बहुबिर भक्तैः आहूता. So, हे नारायण, हे विष्णु, गोविंदा, कृपया दर्शनम देहि इत्याहूतः तेन स्वभक्त आह्वानोत्त कृपा पारवशेनैव भवता स्वरूपम आविष्कृता वयमपि कृतार्थिः कृत इति भाव. So ultimately what Kumaras are saying, my dear Lord, your devotees are calling you, oh Govinda, Narayana, Vishnu. So kindly give darshan to us. Like that, this Jaya and Vijay all are calling. So that's why you came to give darshan to them. And we also became successful in this. Krutardhi bhutaha. That means you are having so much mercy for your devotees. We'll end here this chapter, because sages were impersonalist in the beginning of their spiritual, but afterwards, by the grace of their father and spiritual master Brahma, they understood the eternal spiritual form of the Lord and felt completely satisfied. In other words, the transcendentalists who aspire to the impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma are not fully satisfied and still hanker for more. Even if they are satisfied in their minds, still transcendentally their eyes are not satisfied. But as soon as such a persons come to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are satisfied in all respects. In other words, they become devotees and want to see form of the Lord continually. It is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita that one has developed a transcendental love of Krishna by smearing his eyes with the ointment of love, sees constantly the eternal form of the Lord. The particular word used in this connection, Anatmanam, signifies. अच्छा और टाइम है ना प्रभु 12 बजे. Oh, okay, no problem. I heard. Signifies those who have no control over the mind and senses and who therefore speculate and want to become one with the Lord. Such a persons cannot have the pleasure of seeing the eternal form of the Lord. So because they don't have prema bhakti. So that's why many people, they are surprised. Prabhuji, Lord form is so beautiful and so it's delicious. That means it's full of pleasure. Then why these Brahmanandis go towards the Brahman? Because they don't have any pure devotion in their heart. Why there is no pure devotion? Because they didn't get blessings, mercy of a pure devotee. And they got the association of the Jnanis who are like similar type. So that's why they also become like that only. And they reject that means they don't have any clue of this because of not getting the mercy. Even if they study in the Shastra, they take it as a secondary meaning. Gauna Artha they take. And they take it forward their journey towards the Brahmanandam only. And then finally end up with the Brahman realization. But if they get, even at the stage of the Jivan Mukta, if they get association of the pure devotee, their life will become successful. They will come to the pure devotion very soon. And they will become very successful. Until unless there is no association of pure devotee and getting mercy, it's impossible to get the pure devotion. That's why Adau Shraddha means Drudha Bhakti, Drudha Shraddha comes by mercy of Madhyama Bhakta. At least Madhyama Bhakta. No, otherwise no. If Bhakta is not that much, that means he is a pure devotee who is unconditional in his heart, who is not unconditional in his heart. So he cannot give such a mercy where the another jiva's bhagya can arise and he can enter into the pure devotion. So that's why Srila Prabhupada says this Krishna conscious movement is meant for creating pure devotees. And this is a place for the association of the pure devotees. And he wants to give. So this is that's why this, and such a pure devotees, they will be so loving so much and they are giving, that means they are developing prema, and Lord likes that prema and is running behind that. So that's why we are creating such a premi bhaktas where Lord liking the prema which is there in their heart. Like you keep that means mango tree to get the fruits. Like that, Srila Prabhupada want to cultivate pure devotees where in whom their hearts pure, that means fruit, the prema फल उगाना चाहते हैं प्रभुपाद जी. उसका खेती करना चाहते थे प्रभुपाद. माने भक्तों की हृदयों में वो प्रेम का फलों का खेती करना चाहते थे. इसीलिए उन्होंने ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्टार्ट की है. दिस इज नॉट मेंट फॉर एनी मटेरियल प्लेजर. ये कोई पोस्ट पोजीशन नहीं, तो इसी उसी के लिए नहीं. नहीं, ये तो पूरा भक्तों के हृदय में शुद्ध माने प्रेम रूपी फल को उगाना चाहते हैं प्रभुपाद. So that's why we should understand the purpose of our Acharya and try to travel towards that. Our goal should be clear. Such a persons cannot have the pleasure of seeing the eternal form of the Lord. For the impersonalist and the so-called yogis, the Lord is always hidden by the curtain of Yogamaya. He will not reveal because there is no love, no revelation. Bhagavad Gita says that even when Lord Krishna was seen by everyone while he was present on the surface of the earth, the impersonalist and the so-called yogis, because they were devoid of devotional eyesight. Premanjana Churita. So the theory of the impersonalist and so-called yogis is that Supreme Lord assumes a particular form when he comes in touch with Maya, although actually he has no form. This very conception of the impersonalist and so-called yogis checks them from seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. The Lord, therefore, is always beyond the sight of such non-devotees. The four sages felt so much obliged to the Lord that they offered their respectful obeisances unto him again and again. Now their life became successful, yogi's life. Our life also is successful because of mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the devotees. Only thing is we have to so carefully move forward actually in this journey. Yes.
Yogians, okay, they also have impersonalist.
They only experience Aishwarya, not the Madhuri actually. That's why. We have seen now. No? Okay, we'll go to the next chapter. Thank you. So, because I couldn't read many purports, so please go through the purport. Same, whatever we discussed, most of the, at least 60 to 70% points will be there in the purport, and Prabhupada is also writing some extra points. Because I couldn't read all the purport, so thanks for considering this. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Yes, so that is. So whatever the last purport we have seen, that is the view for the other purports also, same. So, Brahmo vacha iti tad grunatam tesham muninam yoga dharminam pratinandya jagadedam vikunta nilayo vibhuhu. See, this Bhakti Vaibhava course is a basic understanding and in the limited time. So it's so that students can enter into the subject matter. So that much we can do. But a lifelong we have to do practice of studying Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. There is no limit for relishing of Bhagavatam. And there are so many commentaries and so much there is. And the association like sitting like us and keep on discussing and relishing. There is no limit actually for this. And also we'll be getting in the future also. But this is just a basic approach. Lord Brahma said, after thus congratulating the sages for their nice words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose abode is in the kingdom of God, spoke as follows. अभी तक कुमार तो बोल दिए हैं, चतुष कुमार, अभी भगवान बोलने लगा. लेकिन एक पहले से बोल रहा हूँ मैं, from beginning all I am saying, don't think whatever Lord is saying is थोड़ा वो कहीं कहीं जोक भी मारते हैं और इसको सीरियसली नहीं लेना है. उनका आंतरिक क्या है हम लोगों को पता नहीं एक्चुअली. वो चालाकी से बोले हैं ये, यानी उसमें कुछ ऐसा ऊपर चढ़ाने के लिए भी बोला चीज है. माने लेकिन इसके पीछे उद्देश्य अलग है भगवान का. इसलिए इट्स नॉट सो इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड द इंटेंशन ऑफ द लॉर्ड बिहाइंड द कमिंग श्लोकास. इट लुक्स लाइक वेरी सरप्राइजिंग एक्चुअली, but actually he says Brahmanas are so great and their dust is I wore on my head. It's like don't take direct meaning actually. मेरा भक्तों को ऐसा किए आप लोग ऐसा भी कुछ है. दूसरा भाव से बोलते हो ब्राह्मणों. क्योंकि वो इतना जो भी नरेशन किए हैं भगवान ऐसा बोले हैं करके ब्रह्मा जी, वो ब्रह्मा जी खुद बोलते हैं भगवान बहुत चतुर से बोले हैं, ये इसका मतलब कोई समझ नहीं सकते हैं. तो ओके, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग इन द बिगिनिंग, लेट अस श्री You should not take direct meaning. You should speculate. Which is favorable to the devotional principles, that way you should speculate. Don't take direct meaning. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha etau tau parshadau mahyam jayo vijaya evacha kadardi krutya mam yadvo bahvakratatam itikramam. The personality of God had said, these attendants of mine, Jaya and Vijaya, by name, have committed a great offense against you because of ignoring me.
Even like Prabhu is also Lord.
That also will come anyway. That also will come. Wait. Bhrutyeshu atmiyatam atmasu adaram janatam harihi shodase bibyatam tesham shapam eva anmamodata. What is the summary of this chapter? In one line, Hari is pacifying Kumaras actually. Because Kumaras are getting the fear now. Because they offended Lord's servants, very dear to him. They are very dear to him. So because of that, they are very much worried what will happen. Even they are getting the experience and they spoke, but still now is some kind of bhaya, fear is there. So to remove that fear, he was speaking so much. So the intention of the following slokas is what? To remove the fear of the Kumaras. Because they committed offense towards, so those devotees who are very much dear to Lord. Because Lord आत्मीयता, he feel Lord अपनापन फील करते हैं भक्तों के प्रति वो. तो ऐसा भक्तों की इतना बड़ा कर्ज दे दिए हैं, गेट से जाने नहीं दिया करके इतना बड़ा कर्ज देंगे क्या? ये तो बड़ी बात है ना. तो बहुत ही बड़ा दंड दिए हैं. तो इसीलिए वो लोग डरते हैं, एक्चुअली डर रहे हैं, एक्चुअली छोटा है. तो इसीलिए भगवान उन लोगों को पैसिफाई करने के लिए बोलते हैं ये पूरा श्लोक, ये चैप्टर, ऐसा ये चैप्टर का सारांश है. एतौ अपराध शंकया युष्माभिर्न भेतव्यम. Why Lord is saying this sloka, second sloka? So Lord is saying this sloka because, hey Kumaras, don't worry, don't get fear. So for doing offense to my devotees, actually they are etau, that means these two, etau ityekadashi ekadashibhi mahyam mama. So he स्यात् माम कदीकृत्य तुच्छि बहु यथा स्यात् तथा अतिक्रमं वह कुर्वन्तौ. So कृतवन्तौ. So he is saying that, hey Kumaras, don't worry, so because, and don't get fear. So definitely yes, they are punishable only because they crossed my order. So they crossed my nature also. That means Brahmanya Devaya, I give respect to the Brahmanas. So kadardi kritya means tuchi kritya. They neglected this and they behaved and you gave curse. No problem. So madabhipreta anuchara, that means madabhipreta anacharanam preta anacharanam eva tuchi karanam. That means what kind of tuchi karana? That means here tuchi karana means what you should take. Kadardikrita means tuchikarana, means so going against the Lord's will, Lord's nature. This is their mistake and you give curse. No, okay, fine. He's saying like that. So don't get fear actually for this. By mistake, doormen held sages from entering Vaikunta, but because they were engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, their annihilation was not expected by advanced devotees. The Lord's presence on the spot was very pleasing to the hearts of the devotees. The Lord understood that. Uh, to commit an offense, sorry, चलो शुरुआत से चलेंगे रुको. To commit an offense at the feet of a devotee of the Lord is a great wrong. Even when a living entity is promoted to Vaikuntha, there is still the chance that he may commit offense. But the difference is that when one is in Vaikuntha planet, even by chance one commits an offense, he is protected by the Lord. This is the remarkable fact in dealing of the Lord and the servitor, as seen in the present incident concerning Jaya and Vijaya. The word atikramam used herein indicates that in offending a devotee, one neglects the Supreme Lord Himself. What is that point, Prabhu? Vaikuntha, see, when Kumaras are entering, we read one thing. Yoga Maya Balena. We read this or not? Even they are not. So, Chatush Kumar, so Lord also, Vishnu Chakutakar also said, sometimes we see these Bhrigu and others also entering into the Vaikuntha who are really offenders. Durvasa and they are also offenders. Only you should understand them as lions and bears, ballukas. Only because of Yogamaya. To make the Leela so nourishing, Rasavattara. So to make more juicy, some exceptions are allowed so that Leela will become very wonderful. In Ambarish Leela also, Ambarish Maharaj Leela. So he went to Lord. If there is no entry for the going to the Lord, then we cannot find the opinion of the Lord in this situation. Yes or no? Then there is a big, that means then whole Leela cannot be so nourished. It cannot be made so beautiful. And it cannot, then we cannot see the glory of the devotees. So that's why to happen such a things, some exceptions are there. Ballukas and these lions will enter sometimes. But don't consider that there is, so offenders also possible, can allowed and offense can be done. No, that's not the case.
What is the meaning of lost line? How does it happen?
The word atikrama.
If one offend devotee neglects the Supreme Lord Himself.
That means भक्तों को निंदा कर रहे हैं, मैंने भगवान को नेग्लेक्ट करना है ना. By mistake, the doorman held the sages from entering Vaikuntha, but because they were engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, their annihilation was not expected by advanced devotee. Lord's presence on the spot was very pleasing to the hearts of the devotees. Lord understood that the trouble was due to his lotus feet not being seen by the sages. And therefore he wanted to please them by personally going. He wants to give mercy. That's what Prabhupada wants to say. So the Lord is so merciful that even if there is some impediment for the devotee, he himself manages matters in such way that a devotee is not bereft of having audience at his lotus feet. That's the Lord's mercy. But yeah, philosophy is philosophy. It is always flowing behind. Yeah, and also anutapa is needed. And such a wild animal who always offend the devotees and he is expecting mercy of the Lord, is it possible? It's not possible. Now, such a wild behavior if we do in the bhakti and don't care for the devotees, and I will be so getting the mercy of the Lord. Such a wild behavior will never attract any kind of mercy from the Lord. No. And on top of it will sucking out. All the mercy will be taken back. That is also a point we should learn here. Vishwanath Chakravarti clearly emphasizing that. So that's why many times we will become that proud of, okay, Lord's mercy I can derive, why I have to care for Vaishnavas? No. This is hardness. This hardness will not be allowed. He himself manages. And that is not the lesson we should learn. Even if we do offenses like Chatush Kumaras and offending the Vaishnavas, and we can extract or they derive the mercy of the Lord. This is the lesson? No, this is not the lesson. That is not the lesson. Prabhupada intention also, some impediments are there which are really, so such a way, so which are not really offending the Vaishnavas. Then those can be. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was residing at Jagannath Puri, Haridas Thakur, who happened to be Mohammedan by birth, was with him. In Hindu temples, especially in those days, no one but a Hindu was allowed to enter. Although Haridas Thakur was a greatest of all Hindus in his behavior, he considered himself a Mohammedan and didn't enter the temple. Lord Chaitanya could understand his humility. That means Haridas Thakur is not in the Jire Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. Is he feeling Mohammedan? That is his identity, is feeling? No, that is only for external sake. He doesn't want to break the social customs. Only to set an example to the outside society he was, but he was always in Krishna consciousness, not in the Mohammedan consciousness. So, Lord Chaitanya could understand his humility, and since he didn't go to see the temple, Lord Chaitanya himself, who is not different from Jagannath, used to come and sit with Haridas Thakur daily. Here in Srimad Bhagavatam, we also find the same behavior of the Lord. His devotees were prevented from seeing his lotus feet, but the Lord himself come to see them on the same lotus feet for which they aspired. It is also significant that he was accompanied by the goddess of fortune. The goddess of fortune is not to be seen by ordinary persons, but the Lord, who was so kind that although the devotees didn't aspire for such a honor, so he appeared before them with goddess of fortune. So extra mercy, that is. Yastvetayor druto dando bhavadbirmamanuvrataihi saevanumatosmabir munayo devahelanat. O great sages, I approve of the punishment that you who are devoted to me, have meted out of them. अतः मया कर्तव्यः एव दंडः बहुभिः सो कृत इत्याह. मैं जो दंड देना चाहता है आप दो लोग दे दिए, कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा. तो उन लोगों को दोनों को मैं देना चाहिए था, वो आप दोनों दिए हैं, चलेगा, कोई बात नहीं, ये बोल रहे हैं. इसी भाव से बोल. माम अनुलक्षीकृत्य व्रतानि येषां ते. So devasya mama helanaditi madvisheka eva ayam anayoh aparadha vastutah iti bhava. That means actually they committed offense towards me, Kumaras. They committed because they went against my nature, Brahmanya Devaya. So that's why you gave, no problem. Why you are feeling so fear? Be free. That is the mood of the Lord here. लेकिन उसमें भी अंतर ही है. अंदर तो कुछ तो है भगवान को. आप लोग इतना काम करके आए, मेरा भक्तों को निंदा करके आए, क्योंकि कुछ वाक्य ऐसा भी रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं अभी आने वाला वाक्य. इसीलिए वो लोग समझ नहीं पाए ये कैसा दिशा में बोल रहे. तो अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं ना, तो निंदा कर रहे हैं. पहचान नहीं पाए बच्चे. खुद बोलते. तद्वः प्रसादयाम्यद्य ब्रह्मदैवं परं हि मे तद्दीत्यात्मा कृतं मन्ये यत् स्वपुंबेरसत्कृता. To me, the Brahmana is the highest and most beloved personality. The disrespect shown by my attendants has actually been displayed by me because the doormen are my servitors. So I take this to be an offense by myself. Therefore, I seek your forgiveness for the incident that has arisen. ये अपना पार्षदों का तरफ बात कर रहे हैं, नहीं तो ये इन लोगों की तरफ बात कर रहे हैं. यार देखिए इसमें एक तरफ बोल रहे मेरा भक्त क्या बोलते हैं एक्चुअली, तद्वहा प्रसाद्यामी अद्य ब्रह्म दैवम परम में ही, सो परम ही में तद्धित्य आत्मकृतम, आत्मकृतम माने वो मैं हूँ, वो मेरा भक्त माने मैं हूँ, मेरा आत्मकृतम माने इधर। अभी दूसरी तरफ क्या बोलते हैं, ब्राह्मणास इज द हाईएस्ट एंड मोस्ट बिलोव्ड पर्सनैलिटी। तद्वहा प्रसादयामि अद्य ब्रह्म दैवम, दैवम, दैट्स द वर्ड, परम दैवम, ब्रह्म ब्राह्मणास आर परम दैवम ही सेइंग। और दूसरी तरफ क्या बोल रहे हैं, मेरा भक्त आत्मकृतम। अब क्या लेना है इसमें? इसीलिए तो कुमारों को डाउट आ रही है, ये क्या बोल रहे हैं, वो उन लोगों की तरफ में बोल रहे हैं, नहीं तो हम लोगों को उधर बोल रहे हैं। ये एक्चुअली दैट्स व्हाट वी शुड टेक, लॉर्ड ऑलवेज लव हिज डिवोटीज ओनली, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं उन लोगों को उस भय से दूर करने के लिए, टू गेट रिलीफ फ्रॉम द फियर of the they did offense, so from that fear, so they want to relieve them. He is speaking, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is going to give for all these slokas again in the 14th sloka the second meaning. What is the second meaning of all these slokas? Kincha ishmasu mamayeva aparadha bhutiti. So if you take the direct meaning, what? So yeah, Kumaras, this offense is actually should be considered as my offense only, because they are all my servants. If servants are doing offense, it should be considered as master's offense only. So that's why, so accept, fine. Like that also you can take. This is direct. Next. Yannamani cha gruhnati loko brutye krutagasi so sadhuvada satkirtim hanti tvachamivamayah. A wrong act committed by a servant leads people in general to be blame his master. Just as a spot of white leprosy on any part of the body pollutes all of the skin. जैसा leprosy means is disease for skin, na, actually. If some problem, leprosy disease, if someone get, and there is some white spot on the skin, so that skin belongs to that person, and that person will be said as kushturogi. Yes, what do you say in leprosy person? Kushtu only, na? Yeah. So kushtu they say, actually kushtu they say, that means disease is there for skin, but blame is given to person. Similarly, this example Lord is giving. So the white spots are there on the skin, but that skin belongs to the person, so that person is said that rogi, actually kushtu rogi, leprosy person. The same way, so these servants are doing the mistake, so that spot belongs to me because I am master of them. A Vaishnava therefore should be fully qualified. As stated in Bhagavatam, anyone who has become a Vaishnava has developed all good qualities of the demigods. There are 26 qualifications mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. A devotee should always see that his Vaishnava qualities increase with the advancement of his Krishna consciousness. Subhada, Kleshagni Subhada. In the Vaidhi sadhana, only 2 leaves. But in the Bhava Bhakti, if you go, it will be even that leaf will become, or otherwise you will get in the more leaves of Subhada. Subhada will happen in the Bhava also. It's not that the first 2, and in the Bhava, first 4, and in the Prema, all 6. Subhada will be growing in Prema Bhakti also, Prema stage also. So that's why Prabhupada is saying, so with advancement of his Krishna consciousness, he will increase his qualities. So that's why devotee should focus on developing full faith on the Lord. So definitely, so qualities will be coming. Those qualities which come out of the devotion, those are more auspicious than the when you cultivate by the mode of goodness. Those qualities are not so auspicious actually. That will lead to the pride. But the quality is the same, amanitvam, adambitvam. So these are the total 20 items Lord said, na? So these amanitvam, adambitvam, these are practiced by Gnani by using mode of goodness. But in the case of the devotees, first 18, or so related to the devotee also. If you do only one thing, maicha ananya yogena, so that is one item actually. If we devotee practice this, automatically amanitvam adambitvam will come. So that's why in the case of devotee, he doesn't need to practice remaining 17 qualities. They will come automatically. So that is more auspicious. But one should not think that for practicing devotion need of the practicing of these qualities out of which are coming out of goodness. If one think that this bhakti is what? Gnana Mr. Bhakti. Understanding? This is Gnana Mr. Bhakti. समझ में नहीं आया लग रहा है सब आए ना नहीं सब ब्लैंक फेस दिख रहे हैं पता नहीं अचानक टॉपिक दूसरा चलेगा इसीलिए डायग्राम में दिखाऊं ठीक है one may take help of these in the beginning stages before getting Dhrudha Shraddha. So that's why Rupa Goswami says in the Nectar of Devotion, Gnana and Vairagya are prayaha. That means very rarely they are not prayaha. That means maybe it is taken as a support. Support from these can be taken. But actually, bhakti is not dependent on them also. So what it means actually in the Bhagavad Gita from the sloka number 13, from 12, from 8 to 12 chapter, 5 slokas, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In these 5 slokas, he will explain 20 sadhanas. So amanitvam adambitvam, yes? In these 20 sadhanas, these are meant for whom? For Gnani, okay? So our acharyas are saying these 20 sadhanas, first 18 are related to even can devotees case also, those are so applicable. So in this one of the item is what? Ananya Bhakti. So doing Ananya Bhakti. So they are saying here acharyas, if anyone does one item Ananya Bhakti, devotee's case, if he has full faith on the Lord and he may not be having all these amanitvam adambitvam qualities because of not purification of the heart. So if he has full faith on the Lord and if he practice, that means that to enter into the pure devotion only the firm faith. So firm faith he has and he is able to do Ananya Bhakti, then what will happen? All these remaining 17 qualities will be coming by the Shubhada. That means all these 17 qualities will come. Yes? So but in the case of the Jnanis, they will not do Ananya Bhakti. Even in this list, Ananya Bhakti is there. They do Ananya Bhakti means they see everywhere Brahman and with that view they will worship the Lord. Not the Ananya Bhakti they are doing. So the way the Ananya Bhakti do devotee. So in that case, what they have to do? They have to deliberately practice cultivation of all the qualities actually. They are sadhanas for them. So that then only they will be in the mode of goodness and then they can progress in the path of Gnana further. So that's why, so these Jnanis, deliberately they are practicing. But in the case of devotees, it's not necessary. These are not necessary. So these, only the focus of the devotee is developing the firm faith. But we will be also embracing these qualities so that we should not commit offenses. So in that case, if you have so amanitvam adambitvam in your heart, what will happen? The chance of committing offenses will be minimum, less. So in that way it can be. But actually for reduction of the offenses, these qualities are needed. But for the bhakti, is it needed? No. Point should be noted. Understood? For stopping, that means offenses, not doing offenses is a part of the bhakti. Is part of bhakti or not? No, absolutely no. Not doing offenses is not the part of the bhakti. Doing offenses is not going to damage bhakti. Is stopping krupa of the bhakti Maharani. So that's why doing offenses is not, or not doing is not bhakti. It is only the, so preparation ourselves to not create an obstacle for the Suddha Bhakti. Okay, this is a long discussion. This is the very heavy discussion. It will take, but this is an exam. Please try to remember. So definitely you'll come across this point. Not doing offenses is not the bhakti, because anukulyan krishnanu. So anukulyan krishnanu is enough actually.
It's just like caution.
It's just caution only. It's a caution. Not praya, it's solpa matram actually. Hey. Huh? No, that's Prabhu, actually simple point. Anukulyana Krishna anusilanam. So for Krishna's sake, if you pravrutti rupa, nivrutti rupa. Silanam is pravrutti rupa, nivrutti rupa. So since Krishna is not liking to, that means he is not eating the meat in the patram pushpam phalam toyam. So for anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulyasya varjanam rakshayishyati vishwasa gotrupte varnanam. So these are the different limbs of Sharanagati. So whenever for the pleasure of the Krishna, so we reject something. So then that is a part of bhakti. Okay? But so, and if you do something, pravritti, that means you behave so to please Krishna, that is also part of the bhakti. So when you are developing Shraddha means adaraha, that means respect towards the bhakti, and you don't want to mishandle this. This respect is not part of the bhakti. This is discussed in Bhakti Sandarbha, Anucheda number 251. Okay? There you have to see this. Note it. Do homework little and we'll discuss that. Syllabus is pending actually now. Adara, respect is, that's why Shraddha's another meaning is, one is the firm faith and another is, the symptom of that Shraddha is firm faith and another is Adara. You will be getting the respect for the bhakti. That is meaning of Shraddha. Second definition of Adara. Second meaning of Shraddha. The meaning. Shastrartha Vishwas is one meaning. Respect. And Shraddha is not part of the bhakti. Yasyamrutamalaya shravanavagaha sadyah punati jagadashvapachadi vikunta soham bhavadya upalabdhi sutirda kirti chidyam swavahumapi vah pratikula vrittim. Anyone in the entire world, even down to the Chandala, who lives by cooking and eating the flesh of the dog, is immediately purified if he takes bath in hearing through the ear of glorification of my name, fame, etc. Now you have realized me without doubt. Therefore, I will not hesitate a lop of my own arm if it is conduct is found hostile to you. What he is saying in this, Nanu asmad aparadha tava dushkirtir asmad prasadanacha tava kirtiriti Nanu asmad. So after hearing in the previous sloka what Lord is saying, you remember flow? Whatever is offense, yeah. We are seeing sixth sloka or fifth? Fifth, eh? We are reading sixth. So here he is saying, okay, Kumaras can ask after hearing this much. They can say, Asmad aparadha tava dushkirti. Because of our offense, no. Kumaras, no. Jai Vijay can ask as opponent. because of devotees' offense, that is a apkirti for the Lord. That means defame for the Lord. And if devotees have kirti, then that is decorating the Lord. Okay. So this is the thing is you are saying. So anyone can say, ask Lord. So this is the thing now you are saying, my dear Lord. So that means Twasrujya asmad with a jiva heva tattah adikaha abhuvama. That means we are the devotees who are tuchya, we are devotees. So then we are becoming superior than you. Because of our non-offensive nature, you are getting the kirti, and if you do offense, then you are defamed. That means we are becoming the superior than you. One may say like this or not. That means your kirti is dependent on us. And also your apakirti is dependent on us. What is this? Then Lord is saying, if anyone asks like him, like this to him, then he says, oh, no problem, yes. Kaha sandeha, what is the doubt in this? No doubt. Yes, that's true. So soham vikuntaha bhagavadbhyo hetu bhutabhyo upalabdha prapta stutir rupa kirtir yena yasa. So that's why he's saying in this sloka, what he's saying, in return to that, anyone in the entire world, even down to the Chandala, who lives in cooking, okay, is immediately purified, and if he takes on the hearing through the glorification of my name, may now you have. Hey. So he is saying, yes, I will definitely accept this, whatever proposal you are said. So my fame and my defame is dependent on my devotees. So बाहुम अभी अरे इतना क्या, मैं तो अपना हाथ को भी काट के दे देता हूँ, ऐसा बोल रहे. सो बाहुमपि इति ममतास्पदयोः जय विजयोः सो का वार्ता अहमतास्पदम स्वांगमपि चिंध्याम. सो ये माने भक्तों का इंपॉर्टेंस उतना है. मेरा भक्तों का डिफेम मेरा डिफेम है. यदि मेरे भक्तों कोई भी अपराध करेंगे तो वो मेरे लिए डिफेम है, और जो भी कोई अच्छा करेंगे तो मेरे लिए फेम है. तो इतना, तब कोई पूछेंगे तो आपका भक्त इतना श्रेष्ठ है, आपसे भी ज्यादा है. हाँ, ज्यादा ही. कितना ज्यादा? अरे वो तो ये जय विजय, ये तो मेरा लोग हैं. अभी ये क्या, ये तो उनके लिए तो मैं अपना हाथ भी काट के दे देता हूं. स्वांगम भी चिंध्याम का वार्ता अहंतास्पदम स्वांगम भी चिंध्याम तद असमर्थो. लेकिन अभी अभी तो नहीं करूंगा मैं ये. इष्मासु सापराधेव अस्मि इति भाव. बट आई एक्सेप्ट दैट दे डिड offense to you, but you give punishment. Fine. भगवान बोलते हैं ना. So that's why he is saying. So I will not hesitate to lop off my own arms if its conduct is found hostile to you. इतना तक मेरे भक्तों, इतना मान इधर भक्तों की प्रति है उनका ज्यादा प्रेम, और ब्राह्मणों की प्रति, भक्तों की प्रति है ना. यत्सेवया चरण पद्म पवित्र रेणु सद्यक्षताखिलमलं प्रतिलब्धशीलं न श्रीर्विरक्तमपि मां विजहाति यस्या प्रेक्षालवर्धाहितरे नियमान् वहन्ति. Lord continued, because I am the servator of my devotees. My lotus feet have become a sacred that they immediately wipe out all sin. And I have acquired such a disposition that the goddess of fortune doesn't leave me. Even though I have no attachment for her, and others praise her beauty and observe sacred vows to secure from her even a slight favor. So what is happening in this sloka? Actually here, Brahmanas Raja actually. Yat sevaya charanapa. Nanu asmakam vaikunta gamana gamanasya idameva phalam vrittam, so that bhavan asmad abhishta daivatam api asman pratyevam brute iti tatra kim viparitam brutha ityaha yatsevaya mama charane padme abhutam tatratyaha renavo api jagat pavitrayanti akilaha api kamadayaha malaha mattaha. La time is over. Okay, we'll leave because 12, huh? 5 minutes is okay, na? 10 minutes, okay.
Why Lord is bringing
Huh?
concept Lakshmi Devi here?
No, I'm coming actually. Here, Prabhupada actually sometimes translate even Brahmanas as devotees. Then you will lose the context actually in the translation. That's the point. Because ultimately, in that purport, somewhere you will be clarifying that. But translation, you will be seeing, instead of writing Brahmanas Charana Renu, you will be writing the devotees. Then you will think that immediately, then flow will be out, na? So that will happen. Even in the Bhagavad Gita also, Nishkam Kar. Why he does that? Ultimately, that is also true. So Lord is having a lot of value for the devotees Charana Renu. So, but some places, that is a fact actually. But he will not write also even Brahmanas Charan Renu, because by studying this one sloka, one may think that Brahmanas are superior than the devotees, and they may try to become a Brahmana, and he will not give any chance. And even in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that you should do Nishkama Karma Yoga. But he will not write like that. He will say that one should do devotion only. Because by reading that one purport, one may think that because these Kali Yuga lazy fellows, Sumanda Manda Matayo, Manda Bhagya Upadrita. So he will read one purport only, and you think that, okay, so karma is the work is worship, let me do work and do offering of that, that is only the best thing. So he may think like that. So that's why Prabhupada never takes chance of such a things. By that, what is happening, sometimes you may see the flow will be the something jumbling, but it will there in that purport somewhere, you should catch it actually. So that's why Prabhupada says, if you are a serious student, then study the Acharya's commentaries also in further. But one should read first Prabhupada books and get some sufficient background fully. So then it will be relished actually further relishment, he writes. Further relishment of the things we can. Nanu asmakam, actually here, see background we are making for the 7th sloka. These Kumaras are saying, Nanu asmakam vaikunta gamanasya idam phalam vruttam yad bhavan asmad abhishta daivatam api asman pratyevam brute. So Kumaras are saying that, अरे हम लोग इधर वैकुंठ आने का मतलब क्या हो गया? हमारा जो इष्ट देवता है आप, और आप हम लोग से ऐसा बोलेंगे अपराधी हूं मैं करके, इसको ये बुलवाने के लिए हम लोग इधर आए क्या? ये मुझे हम लोग अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. ये कुमार ऐसा बोल रहे, कुमार ऐसा बोले हैं, मान लीजिए, तब ये श्लोक आया, नेक्स्ट श्लोक. तो ये बुलवाने के लिए हम आए क्या हम लोग इसका? तो तब ऐसा जब पूछे तो ठीक है, तो मैं इसके विपरीत बोलूंगा करके भगवान इसके अलग से बोलूंगा, इसके अदर चीज बोलूंगा करके ये श्लोक बोल रहे, 7वां श्लोक. इसके पीछे श्लोक में क्या बोले हैं? देखो मुझे ब्राह्मण, सो मैं अपराधी हूं, मेरा भक्तो मेरा आत्मा, व्हाट इज दैट? आत्मकृतम. So my devotees are mine only. So their offense is my offense, and they did offense to all of you. So that's why. So and their fame is my fame, their defame is my defame. So their mistake is my mistake, and that's why I am aparadhi. So even I am ready to chop off my hands. So for this sake. So when they say, when Kumaras heard this, they can say, oh my Lord, I came for this purpose to hear. The visiting Vaikunta is to make you to speak like this. No. So that is not our mood. Then speak something. Then the Lord is saying, Pratyevam Bruta Tatra Kim Viparitam Bruta. अरे क्या बोलूं तो उसका और तो करके ये श्लोक बोल रहे क्या है यत सेवया मम चरणे पाद्मे अभूताम तत्रत्यः रेणवोपि जगत पवित्रयन्ति अखिलाः अपि कामादय मलाः मत्तः हेतोः अपि अन्वेषम अपि क्षताः. So that means अरे आपके ब्राह्मणों की चरण रेणु है यत श्रेण उससे क्या होता है बिकॉज ऑफ दैट यत सेवया mama charane, but because of serving brahmanas, not the dust of the brahmanas, because of serving the brahmanas, mama charane padme abhutan tattatra renopi jagat pavitran. Because of serving brahmanas, my dust particles of my lotus feet are able to purify entire world. Because of your service. अखिलाः अपि कामादयः मलाः मत्तः हेतोः अपि अन्वेषाम अपि क्षतः. That's why everything is purified. Even Mother Lakshmi is also accompanying me. Because of serving you, you all Namo Brahmanya Devaya. So by serving Brahmanas, this much benefit is there. ये क्या है ये जोक है एक्चुअली. विश्वनाथ जी बाद में बोलते हैं ये जोक कर रहा है एक्चुअली भगवान उन लोगों से, क्योंकि वो लोग कुछ और दूसरा बोलने के लिए बोले हैं ना, तो इसीलिए भगवान ये बोल रहे हैं चलिए सब बोलने लगे. ये जोकिंग इट्स एक्चुअली नॉट फैक्ट. ब्राह्मणों की सेवा करने से भगवान में ऐसा पवित्रता आती है क्या? ये नहीं, इट्स अ जोक. इन द 11th in 14th श्लोका विल बी सीइंग अगेन. But Prabhupada is giving right translation. Anyone in the entire world, even down to 7th. Because I am the servator of my devotees, my lotus feet have become so sacred. My devotees either क्या हैं? Either actually Brahmanas. That is the context actually, but Prabhupada writes good. नाहं तथाद्मि यजमान हविर्विताने चेत घृत प्लुत मदन हुत मुकेन यद ब्राह्मणस्य मुखतश्चरतोनुघासं तुष्टस्य मय्यवहितैर्निज कर्म पाकैः. I don't enjoy the oblations offered by the sacrifice in the sacrificial fire, which is one of my own mouths, with the same relish as I do the delicious overflowing with ghee, which are offered to the mouths of the Brahmanas who have dedicated to me the results of their activities and who are ever satisfied with my prasad. So here, Lord is saying, if one is offering the oblations to the fire, I will not be happy. But if someone feed to Brahmana, and if that Brahmana is satisfied, then I will be so much satisfied. So that means I glorify कर रहे हैं भगवान ब्राह्मणों को. देखो आप लोग इतना महान हैं. एवं अहम ब्राह्मणान एवा सेवे मद्दृष्ट्या च ये अच्छा 8th one now we are reading. Brahmananeva seve. So madrishtya cha ye brahmanan sevamana bhavehu te eva matsevakaha. So mane in this sloka what background is? So in the previous sloka what he said, I serve brahmanas, because of that the dust particle of my feet is able to purify entire universe, he said. And that means what? He's saying that I worship brahmanas, so that according to this, even the whoever is madrishtya cha ye brahmanan sevamanaha bhavehu te eva matsevakaha. What is the intention of Lord? So that's why whoever in this sloka we are seeing, whoever is serving brahmanas, they are actually servants of, they are actually my servants. This is the intention, Lord's intention. Understood? In previous sloka he said that if I serve brahmanas, because of this I got the strength. And that's why now he is saying, so if anyone wants to become my devotee means they should serve Brahmanas. So with that sense he is saying, if anyone wants to please me, they should feed Brahmana. Even if they put directly in the fire, I will not be happy the way I will become happy by feeding Brahmana. So that's why you all should do. That means Brahmana service. This is also joke bana raha actually. It is also, that means he is not seriously speaking this. Jokingly he is speaking. As ब्राह्मणों की सर्व करने से कैसा भगवान की संतुष्टि? This सिद्धांत है क्या? This is not सिद्धांत actually. What is that? Yatha tharor moola nishechanena tripyanti tats. So by serving the Lord and by serving the devotees, Lord will be pleased. By serving the Brahmanas, Lord will be pleased? No. This is not philosophy actually. So who is saying, how can you conclude this is not the right? Because Brahmaji is who is narrating these all dialogues between the Lord and the Kumaras. So he himself is saying, Lord is speaking very, that means with deep meanings. His conversation, this is what, it's not an easy thing. It is having a lot of other meanings and it's difficult to catch the meaning and his intention. Brahmaji is himself saying, and also Kumaras also got doubt actually. And that's why in the next dialogues, if you see, they're doubtfully only saying that. You really appreciating us or not? Like that only they are. So those are all the proofs. So not to take it as a real meaning. Direct meaning you should not. So thank you very much. So we'll stop here. So we'll meet at 3 o'clock. 3 to 4:45. Until completion, yes. Because anyway we are taking prasadam now at 1 o'clock, so no need to take it at 4:30, na? So some maybe little extension. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.